Hey y'all, welcome back to Chatting with Coach Amy. Today we have a very special group of women. I have a very special group of ladies to talk to y'all. We have 5 of the 12 coaches of TipsMas today. We have Coach Nicole, Coach Fob, Coach Amanda, and Coach JJ, which y'all know because she comes on quite often. And what we're going to do today is kind of introduce these ladies to you and also talk about what we have coming up for our spring Tipsmas. So yes, if you did not know, we are going to do a spring Tipsmas, and we have other things in the works for the rest of the year, and we will for sure do a Christmas Tipsmas for y'all too for the holidays. But for this one, we have a very fun giveaway launching next Thursday, along with an early bird waiting list and the introduction of our free Facebook group called TipsMas Society. So super excited, lots of fun things. It is one of the most incredible groups of women, like almost ever, that I've had the honor, that's not even a good enough word, to be with, because like when we're doing our Zooms and hashing out and brainstorming, it's just like, whoa, these are all very good ideas, right? So what we're going to do is kind of share what each of us are going to be sharing during Spring Tipsmas, introduce ourselves a little bit so y'all can get to know them, and then we're going to have a really fun rapid fire question that I think y'all are going to love. So I first want Miss Nicole, Coach Nicole, to talk about her vision for Tipsmas, how it came about, because I don't think it's been talked about, and I think it should be. So go, Nicole.
So I came up with the idea of Tipsmas around Christmas because there were a lot of holes that I was seeing in the Trim Healthy Mama community, and what better way to fill those than with all of like multiple coaches' best tips. And of course, because I grew up listening to the 12 days of Christmas, right? And in my head, I kept hearing 12 coaches of TipsMas, 12 coaches of TipsMas. And I'm like, how in the world am I going to get 12 coaches to say yes and like work together? And I had no idea how it was going to happen. So I pitched it to like 6 people, and I fully expected over half of them to say no. Not one of them said no. And then they helped me bring in the rest of the people. So that's how this happened. And my vision was just to get us to work together, because it had not been done at that point, with Trim Healthy Mama coaches.
Right. I love it. So cool. Were you nervous about it?
Terrified. I almost didn't do it.
Yeah. I understand. I'd have been scared too. There's been a lot of times in my coaching journey that I've been scared out of my mind. But when you know, like you're talking about, you just knew and you kept hearing it. That's anything in life though, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, well, I'm glad you did it, because Tipsmas, like I was able to give a lot and do a lot and stuff, but oh my golly, I learned so much just from our planning Zooms. And then with all y'all's talks that we did, those were so great. So great. So what will your talk topic be for Spring Tipsmas, which will be April 10th through 16th? I didn't say that a while ago. Sorry.
Yeah. Mine will be increasing your yield. There are a lot of ways to increase the volume of your plate, increase the trajectory of your weight loss or your goals, like how to get there. Right. And I think sometimes we forget how simple those things are, and how they can be little changes that get a big yield.
Yeah, I love it. So our theme for Spring Tipsmas is kind of a gardening type theme, like a fresh spring. That's kind of how we rolled it. So there's going to be a lot of things like that. Okay, so how long have you been doing THM, Nicole?
For 7 years.
7 years.
My
Wow.
children was diagnosed with celiac disease the same week we started Trim Healthy Mama. And they're the real they should really be the coaches because they were living THM long before I was.
Wow.
Because I'm an adult, right? I don't have to do this.
Right.
But with their allergies, they had no other choice. And I could see no other way to feed them for lifelong goals.
Sustainability. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. That's great. I recently have a new one-on-one that is completely gluten-free and dairy-free. And I'm like, you are my hero.
Right?
She's awesome. That's very incredible.
We actually
Okay.
started gluten and dairy-free. And we're back to that now because we have another child who is on the dairy-free train.
Mercy. Well, I think that's amazing. You're a good mama. You're a good mama. Because that's difficult. That's a difficult journey for sure. But it's very easy with THM, just saying. It is. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Nicole. And if I think of something else I want to ask you, I'll come back to you because you're still here, right? Okay, Coach Fob. What I love about her, because I'm a little girl from Mississippi, is that she's in New York. And I think it's so cool. I just see you going to Manhattan and having dinner, and it's just precious. If you do that or not, don't tell me, because that's what you do on the weekends in my land. Okay.
That's great.
Please tell me you've at least done that once.
Definitely. I actually
Good.
live about like 45 minutes from the city. So we go to the city all the time, you know, those
Good.
Broadway shows.
Thank
and
you
all
for
that
doing
fun
that.
Stuff. Yeah, I do that. So if anyone wants to come and take a vacation in the city, call me. I'm there.
We're coming. We're on our way.
Yeah.
We're on our way.
That'd be great.
I wanted to give my daughter a very fun senior trip. Okay. That I would be with her on. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, where would you want to go? And I want her to say New York City. That's what I want to hear.
Yes.
She says Universal. But I heard New York City because I'm like, oh, really? Great. Okay. Who do we want to take? We have to think about flights. I bet JJ will want to come. Like, I'm going through that. And Wes was like, she said Universal. I was like, because I want to go to New York. So the next year, I'll get to take her.
Yes.
Because they graduate 2 years in a row. Yay. Okay.
Yeah.
So Coach Fob, tell us what her name is Fabiana. I call her Fob because that's what I do. Okay, so what is your topic for TipsMas?
So my topic for TipsMas is cultivating your habits. So I know that we said a lot about this in our TipsMas near December and all of that. Sorry, I have babies.
It's okay. That's okay.
So a big thing is really like to keep those habits, you know, like the one thing that you happen in the new year, you have all these habits coming through, blah, blah, blah. You may want to keep them, you may not want to keep them. But the thing is, like, the new habits, especially when you start THM, are so important. They're so important. And making your coffee in the morning, the way you make your coffee in the morning, like drinking all your, good girl moonshines, like all that stuff. That is where it's going to really help you. Those little things build up to something so amazing. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in the spring TipsMas for the cultivating, gardening theme.
Yeah, I love that. So tell me about your Trim Healthy Mama journey just a little. And if you want to talk about, I know you had a very cool story. And so I hope that you can hit all the fun things.
Yeah, I hope so. So my story, I found Trim Healthy Mama actually through my pastor. She did a group. Yeah, she did like a Bible study. And what she did was she did Made to Crave So we did the Made to Crave Bibles. Yeah, by Turk Service. And we did that, but then she used Trim Healthy Mama as like the food, the diet, let's say, base.
Yeah.
So, and that was, I want to say like 7 years ago, maybe more. And it was great. I loved it. But I didn't fully grasp it. And at that time, I was also just struggling like mentally with just things like that. At that point, I was already like about to be my third time in my life that I was at like 300 plus pounds. And at that time as well, it was also when I started to really think about doing my weight loss surgery. And then that's when I decided, that's it, I'm done. Like, I'm almost 30 years old. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And I decided to do weight loss surgery. But the way that I had to do it was actually prove to my insurance that I was able to actually keep the weight off and do it and like keep going. So I used Trim Healthy Mama to do it.
Wow.
So through Trim Healthy Mama, I was able to prove to my insurance that I could do it. I did it. I lost about like a good 20, 30 pounds before surgery. And then, which actually helped me for surgery in my recovery, funny enough. So then I had my surgery, and then that is what allowed me to lose 139 pounds after surgery.
Good gracious.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I was able to then get pregnant, have twin boys, and lose all the weight through Trim Healthy Mama.
Yeah.
So
I love
honestly, that's the way to go. Like, I became a coach because I was like, I have to show this to people. Like,
That's
people need to know about this because, like, yes, I did the surgery, but at that point, that's just like that's where my season was. I needed to do it for myself. I was already in therapy for it even and everything like that. And I decided to just do it. But you don't need to. I mean, you see so many people do it without the surgery. But at that point in my life, I knew that that's what I needed to do for me. But Trim Healthy Mama has been literally a total life changer. And I love it. My kids eat that way. I'm able to actually show those beautiful meals and wonderful food choices to my kids and be able to do that. And I always wanted to do that my whole life. I didn't want to
never change because they're little fresh slates.
Oh, thank you.
You teach them this now and
exactly. Oh my gosh, I see some of the moms on the Trim Healthy Mama community, and I'm just like, yes, that's what you got to do. You got to show them now, because when I started my weight loss issues when I was 8 years old.
Gracious.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I was overweight at 8 years old. That stinks.
Yeah. So
I was in and out of nutritionists and this and that, since I was 8. So, and I finally found Trim Healthy Mama, and that's what's been helping me. And that's what I want I don't want my kids to be on the struggle bus like I was. I really don't. So I
love your topic with the habits, because apparently, I mean, you've learned how to make some good habits and change them, to be helpful to your health. Helpful to your health. Good.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Mercy.
Thank you.
Good. That's good. Coach Amanda. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Time to unmute. So share with us a little bit about your topic, and then also a little of your journey too.
Okay, so in the Spring TipsMas, I'm going to be showing you all how to prune your plate and just kind of lighten it up for the spring without sacrificing your food, your volume, and actually staying full. So it's kind of short and sweet, but it's more of a demonstration than it is really a talk. But, I love cooking and I love being in the kitchen, and that's kind of my comfortable spot. So that's what I want to share with everybody this spring.
Good.
As far as my journey goes, so I found Trim Healthy Mama. I forget what year it was. I think it was 2016, might have been the end of 2015. But my midwife introduced me to Trim Healthy Mama, and she kind of gave me the choice of either following Trim Healthy Mama or going on some medicine to help my body, because she said I was a little insulin resistant and we were struggling with fertility issues, my husband and I. So I did that, and I really, I'm not one for medicine. I like more like the natural stuff. So I jumped right on board, read the big book, the very first book, and absolutely loved it. Like, it just resonated with me. It made sense. And then we did surgery in December. And then that following spring, we ended up pregnant with our first, after 3 years of fertility and 8 rounds of medicine. So then I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes with my first pregnancy. So granted, I had fallen off of the Trim Healthy wagon being pregnant because of all the nauseousness. Well, not really all, because I really wasn't that nauseous, but just the food cravings. Like I wanted certain things and I gave into it, and I starved whenever I was pregnant. I couldn't eat enough. And so then I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes. So that brought me back to Trim Healthy Mama. And it helped me maintain my sugar levels throughout the rest of my pregnancy. And then we got pregnant again 5 months later, 5.5 months later, and did it all over again. I became fertile Myrtle. And then, so, it's just been great. And I've fallen off and I've gotten back on through different seasons. And then in 2020, something just hit me that I was tired of falling off. Like I was ready to give it my all, figure out how to make it work with 2 littles. My boys are 14 months apart, and I wanted them to grow up eating the good things and, get those habits early. And if I wasn't doing it, I couldn't give it to them. So the beginning of 2020, tandem nursing, both boys, I jumped all in, back on Trim Healthy Mama, never lost my milk supply. And that's what I was always afraid of. Like I was so afraid of doing it because I thought I'd lose my milk, and I never did. Tandem nursed 2 boys. 6 months later, got pregnant again. And did that for a little while before I weaned the boys. I finally weaned them, and I said, I've got to give my body some time to just, So Trim Healthy Mama sustained 3 babies and myself. And then I'm still a nursing mom, and it's been fabulous. My kids eat well, except for my first one. They eat just about anything under the sun. My first one's a little bit more picky because he gets a little bit, he got a little taste of the other, stuff. But we do the best we can. They like a lot of things, surprisingly. And I thank Trim Healthy Mama for that. So that's kind of what brought me to be a coach too, is that I just wanted people to know that it's possible. Like it's possible to do through all seasons of life. And pregnant and nursing is it's such a special season, and it's such a hard season because there's not many things that you can do to sustain that many human beings through a lifestyle, through a diet change, And so I just wanted to shout it from the rooftops that it's possible.
Yeah. Yes. There's a lot of feedback coming back when I talk. It's not bad. Okay, good. I never interrupted you or had something to say because I didn't want it to be like all this stuff. So her little baby girl and I are BFFs. Sorry, JJ. But I got to meet them at the coaches retreat. I think you were the first one I spoke to at the coaches retreat. And I was so nervous. I just wanted to go, can I just hold your baby so I'm not so nervous? Like, and I think I ended up having her on my hip a lot. So it was really fun. I miss having a baby, not in real life. That's not a real life thing, but you do miss that. So yeah, all you little fertile myrtles. So your other 2, you just got pregnant like all by yourself and your husband and yourselves, right? Okay.
Yeah, my little girl.
That's incredible. Like you healed your body, sister.
Yes. All thanks to Trim Healthy Mama.
Love it. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Love that. I love that I know y'all. Okay, JJ, what's your topic for TipsMas? P.S. I'm going to share mine too, but I had to look it up because I couldn't remember what it was. I just had to look it up while she was talking a while ago.
Okay, so my topic is foraging on the go. So I love to travel. And so many people just, they get hangups about how to travel on plan. And so I'm going to take my many adventures from road trips, camping, Disney, and, take a lesson from that and share how I do that on plan. What things maybe are difficult, maybe more tempting at amusement parks or on the road, and you have to make that decision. Do you want to stay 100% on plan? Are there times, we all are in different seasons of our lives. Maybe there's a special occasion or things, and you may not be 100%, and that's okay. But there's ways to do even amusement parks, road trips, to where you can still nourish your body and be on plan and not miss out on anything. There are chicken strips at McDonald's. I don't need to do that at Disney. I can eat a salad, and I can order something special, and maybe something a little more unique, and stay on plan. You don't have to go to those easy peasy road trip kind of things. So that's what we're going to talk about.
Love it. Love it.
Yes.
Why'd you become a coach, JJ?
Oh, well, because you told me to. But no, I really just felt the need to share with ladies how to do it in the midst of my journey. I'm not at goal weight. I'm still on the journey with so many women. And I feel like there's kind of, we've got our pregnant nursing moms, we've got, moms with little kids, and we've just got, it seems like for me, I always saw all these young moms and these moms with kids still in the home. Well, I'm a new empty nester. And so my season is changing, and I really kind of felt alone in that. I felt alone, and a lot of the people I were seeing were already at goal weight. I mean, when your BFF is Coach Amy and she's killing it at CrossFit and hitting all her goals, sometimes you can be like, I'll never get there. But I am getting there.
Yeah, you are.
And my journey is different. And I just really kind of wanted to share that with other ladies and show that we can do this together. We can just keep walking this walk. I know others they're still on their journey, as you've taught me. Maintenance mode doesn't mean you're off plan and you're just doing willy-nilly. You're still on plan.
You'll be back in weight loss mode in a second if you don't whoa it.
Exactly. And so I had to kind of think through that, but my heart really just spoke for those who wanted to see somebody in weight loss mode with them.
Yeah.
Going through those things and still learning how to tweak. So I'm excited about TipsMas because I get to, kind of have an inside look at 11 other coaches and get to pick their brains. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love that. Thank you, JJ. Nicole, I don't know that I asked you why you became a coach.
I became a coach because of my children. When I started, I would have killed to know how to do this completely gluten-free. And I don't just mean, no wheat. I mean like cross-contamination free, like all of it. I would kill to have somebody that knew what I know now. That's why I did that.
Gotcha. Thank you. Well, y'all know all my things. I will say that JJ's the one who told me about THM.
Yeah.
Just saying, she is. So thanks, JJ. You changed my life and you didn't even know it. You just said, hey, look at this cookbook. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. What are these letters? I don't care.
You're welcome.
And now, oh my golly, like my whole life has changed. All of it, every single drip drop, whole thing. Yep. So anyway, so excited. Okay, now my topic is, I have to look at it again, bless it. I will say that I turned it in on February 7th. That was a really long time ago for me, okay? Freshen up your kitchen for spring. So we'll talk about organizing, consolidating stuff. That's something that my daughter, Bella, like I might even make her come in. That probably won't happen. I would love to. She's like the organizer in my house. Yeah. I'm like, Bella, I'm going to give you $10. Will you please fix this closet? And anyway, consolidating things like, just putting some things together. Maybe you ended up with 3 containers of Italian seasoning and they're all open for some reason. So, just things like that. And, eating from your storehouse, how to make good lists of what you already have, and making menus from that. And then I have a little PDF for them to work through things like that. And you know me, if I'm going live, there's no telling what else I'll say. So all kinds of bonus things I'm sure will come, as will from all the other coaches I know, because so great. I love it. Okay, friends, time for some rapid fire questions to get to know your coaches that we have here today. Y'all ready for this game show? Okay, so we'll go Nicole, Fob, Amanda, JJ, Amy. Okay, y'all ready? What's your favorite on-plan cake?
Salted caramel cake.
The Trimtastic chocolate cake.
Do you use pumpkin or zucchini?
I use the zucchini actually.
Okay.
I think it blows people's minds like a lot more
agree.
than the pumpkin.
Yeah. Amanda?
Esther's Cake of Wonders with peanut butter icing.
Whoa. JJ?
If I'm cooking it, it'll be the peppermint trimtastic cake, but I take out the peppermint and I use pumpkin.
That's my answer too. Dittos.
Carrie told us well.
I know, Carrie, I know. Oh, bless. Everyone, say a prayer for our friend Carrie. She's having her baby any day, at least by Monday, for sure. So we love her. We love her. She's precious. Okay, next. Kids. How many kids you got, girl?
I have 7 and I am pregnant with number 8.
Yay, congratulations.
Yay! I have twin boys, about to be 15 months.
Love it.
I have 3.
JJ?
I have 2 kids and I have a son-in-law. Got to count him now.
I love it. I have 5 children, and that's very plenty for me. Okay, what's your favorite protein powder, Nicole?
Egg white.
I used to use the regular Trim Healthy Mama protein with now I do the creamy dreamy, the hemp protein.
Mhm.
It just changed. It's so good.
I agree. I love it. I love it. Amanda, bless you. Doing okay over there, sister? What's your favorite protein powder?
My favorite would probably be the vanilla for my kefir shake.
Okay. JJ?
I don't use protein powder. I use collagen.
That's protein powder. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And mine is collagen too. When are we going to have a different answer? Probably the next question.
I don't have 5 kids.
No, that's true. Yeah, you do. Okay, just kidding, y'all. Okay, state. What state are you in, Nicole?
Montana.
Montana, where we all want to live. Okay, Bob.
Long Island, New York. What?
Cool. You're so cool. Amanda.
I'm in Kentucky.
Yay! And side note, everyone, if you would like to meet Coach Amanda and myself in real life, and you're in the Kentucky area,
Yes.
March 14th at 11 a.m., come have lunch with us.
Yes.
Okay, JJ.
Well, I have the same answer as you. I live in Mississippi.
Ditto. Okay, Nicole, exercise. Do you exercise? What exercise do you do?
T-tap right now.
Oh, okay, very good.
Right now I'm doing treadmill in the morning, but I have my mirror. I don't know if you guys know what the mirror is.
Mhm.
So I do that a lot.
Fancy.
Yeah. So just really anything that can get me moving. Yoga, whatever.
Love it. Amanda?
I'm into doing yoga right now. And now that it's kind of spring, I'd like to start walking again.
Yes, for sure.
I'm just doing walking right now. I want to start doing more weight bearing exercises, and I have equipment, but it's just life. But right now I've gotten back into my walking habit and I'm enjoying that.
Good. That's awesome. I love a walk. I go to CrossFit at least twice a week, sometimes 3. I do not ever do more than that. No, I'm not that person. Y'all think I am. I have people all the time. Do you go to CrossFit every day? No, indeed. Blech, no. Okay, next up, Nicole, what is your favorite sipper? And it does not have to be a recipe. Okay.
Boost juice.
Okay, cool.
I actually love the Baobab cough and trim, like the one that's like for the cough and colds, because I just love warm stuff. But I also like the Boost juice when it's hot. That's my favorite.
Very cool. Amanda?
My favorite is cider pop.
Okay. Is that Darcy's, her cider pop, or is that a THM?
It's a THM, but I use a flavored sparkling water. I think they usually just use regular.
Okay.
I love watermelon by and water, just half and half. That's all day if I could.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite sipper would be the THM hydrates, and I'm really not particular, but that's what, like, I mean, I drink water all the time, but if I'm gonna have something flavored, that's probably what I'll choose. Okay. Nicole, what is your favorite THM cookbook? One of the three. THC, THT, or THF?
THT.
Okay. Fob does
Yeah.
not know. She's thinking.
Yeah, I'm like thinking about it. That's a hard question. I think I grab my trim help, the future one. I grab that one a lot, but I usually always end up in the trim healthy table. So probably trim healthy table.
Good.
I think my favorite's probably going to have to be trim healthy tables too.
Okay.
I think.
JJ?
So I think I cook out of the Trim Healthy cookbook the most, but I love the setup of the index in the table.
Amen. I agree with that completely. Today, my favorite cookbook is Trim Healthy Future. And I just find myself cooking out of it more and more and more. I think Rashida, like her taste buds and mine kind of match. Now, everything that's in there that I've tried, I did not like. Not everything. But man, some good stuff. There's like an avocado salmon skillet. I made it today. Oh my word. So good. Like Bella and Lily both got pieces without asking. And I'm like, girls, that's what's my leftovers. What y'all doing? And they were like, it's so good. I said, well, here's the page number. You need to make me some more. Okay, thanks. That's great. We got just a few more. Okay. Coffee or no coffee, Nicole?
Decaf.
Decaf coffee though? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
When you're not expecting or nursing, do you do regular coffee?
I still do decaf. My husband calls it sadness water.
Yeah. Well, do what you got to do, man.
I know.
Yeah. I'm Brazilian, so I love my coffee, but I also love tea as well. I try to have only 2 cups of coffee a day, and then the rest is tea or water.
Okay. Amanda?
I'm a huge coffee drinker, but I limit myself to 2 just for my season.
Yes. JJ?
You know, don't talk to me before I've had my coffee.
No, do not even whisper, everyone. We do
Don't
not
do
even speak words. We text before we call just in case. And then if we do call and it's early and it's really not important, we say, hey, I'm sorry, but I need to talk to you. Can I speak? That's only happened a few times. But yeah, I mean, and that's a lot of people. A lot of people are like that. I love coffee. Do not take my coffee away. We will have fights. I love it so much. I do. It's my thing. That's something that I go to a lot. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Nicole, do you like to cook?
Yes.
Like for real? Yes. Awesome. Fabiana?
I do. I actually really love to cook, but sometimes my husband also likes to cook, so we kind of switch off. But majority of the time, I
that's a blessing.
So I love it.
That's
yes, good. It is. I got a good one.
Amanda?
I love cooking, and I prefer to cook from scratch.
Good. Thank you.
No, I do it.
Negative.
I do it, and I don't mind it, but I don't love to cook. No.
I love to cook. I do not like the dishes. Truth right there. But I have 3 little dishwashers. Praise the Lord. Okay. Quinoa trend, Nicole. Have you jumped on the quinoa trend that's going on nowadays?
No, we've been on it, so it was not new.
I love it.
That's so true. Yeah, I've been on that quinoa train a long time. That was actually one of the main things my weight loss nutritionist said, like quinoa all the way. So I was already on it way beforehand.
Awesome. I'm so proud of y'all. That's great.
I just jumped on it. I did not like quinoa whenever I first started my journey. And so that's one of the things I've been experimenting with. And I have just recently found a new favorite breakfast that I'm actually sharing recipe tomorrow.
Very good. Very good. Love it. Jennifer?
I have not jumped on the quinoa train. I will eat quinoa, and I want to try a few of the new recipes. So I may have to watch for Coach Amanda's recipe. I like it mixed in things. I don't like it on its own, but I do want to implement more. So
I had a goal of eating it like every day one week, and then my girls ate what I had prepped. I went in the refrigerator and there was like a quarter cup left in the container. I'm like, girls, you can't be taking. Do y'all know what they said? You need to mark it that it's yours, Mama. We didn't know. Okay, fine. Now we're down to labeling containers in the refrigerator. All right, last one, Nicole. And y'all can expound more on this. We're doing great on time, almost about to wrap up. So, have you ever had a garden? Do you currently have one? Is that something you're like, oh yeah, that would be a great thing to do?
I have had a garden for 2 years, and for 2 years, our ducklings have gotten out of the pen and eaten it.
No, that is super sad.
It is. It's very frustrating. But they're just babies, right?
Oh man.
So we don't have ducklings this year. Our ducklings succumbed to whatever during the winter. So we might have a garden this year.
You might.
We might.
Fabiana.
So my mom is usually the one who gardens. She's the gardener in the house. So we do have the tomatoes in the summer and like things like that. But I would like to do it a lot more, especially now that I did start Trim Healthy Mama. I really wanted to start doing certain things like okra, because okra is very hard to find up here in New York.
Well, when I come and see you, I'll bring you some in my suitcase.
Yay! Awesome. That'd be perfect. Like, it's so hard. It's crazy. Even like frozen, that's really the only thing I can try to find. And it's crazy. Like all the time, my husband's like, no okra. I'm like, oh.
Oh man. Amanda?
I had a garden in 2020. That was my first successful one. And it was wonderful. And I did a lot of canning. I even made sweet relish, because that's a huge thing for my chicken salad. So I sweetened it with stevia and still have a bunch of it, pickles and all the things, and plan on having another one this year. We skipped out on 2021 where she was such a little thing. But yes, plan on having another one this year because it was wonderful.
Yes. Great.
Okay, so we've had gardens in the past, but our soil, we're very, very sandy. And so last year, I really focused more on raised gardening, and that was successful. What I did started small scale there. And so we're going to kind of expound on that a little bit this year and see. So we're smaller family now. So thankfully I can do that. I can do a lot of container gardening, but we'll see. I'm still learning a lot about that. So my winter stuff did really good, but I wasn't able to harvest it because we were just still kind of learning, and it got 80 degrees at Christmas, and we kind of lost some things, but it was encouraging to see what we could have done had we been a little bit more prepared for the weather.
Yeah, we have several garden areas on our place list, but we do love it. Wes did potatoes. Did any of y'all can chime in anytime. Did y'all do potatoes? Because it just makes so much, and they just sit out in the little thingamajig and they're happy. It was amazing. And I had purple ones. It was, purple potatoes are the way to my heart. I love them so much. But we, of course, zucchini, tomatoes, cucumbers, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. He came home with all these seeds. And we also have, what about y'all? Like blueberry bushes and things like that. We have a lot of those.
We have 2 blueberry bushes.
Yeah. I'm going to try again to plant blueberry bushes. I have planted blueberry bushes. We've been here 15 years. And I think I have planted 4 times, and I don't know what the deal is, but I bought 2 more blueberry bushes, and we're going to try blueberries again. I'm just going to come to your house.
Please. We have plenty. All right, girls, was there anything else that you wanted to say that you think you didn't say about TipsMas? I just encourage all of you listening to check us out. It'll be next Thursday. The links will kind of go live for all the things, but you'll have a little while to sign up for all the places that you can sign up. And I'm really excited to be able to announce what our giveaway is, because we're still pondering that. So that's going to be exciting. I'm so excited. Anybody have anything they want to say?
Yeah.
Going
Just
out.
remember, there's a lot more of us. There's 7 more of us. So it's a great time to jump in and learn from a whole collection of coaches at one time. So I'm really excited.
Amen, JJ. Nicole?
That was the whole point of TipsMas, was to bring together people who were not gluten-free, who were not, living the way that I live, and I think we did it. I think we have so many different coaches with so many different focuses that it's going to be amazing.
Amen. I agree. Amanda, did you want to say something?
I'm just really excited and looking forward to it. And I know I can't wait to see and hear what everybody brings to the table, because it's such a good group of coaches. So excited about it.
That's right. Bob?
I'm just super, super excited about hearing what everyone has to say, because I learned so much in the December one myself, being a coach, and just from hearing you guys, it was so cool. And I'm super excited to see what you guys have to say now. Like some of the topics, I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to hear about that one. And I'm like,
sure.
And it's really, really awesome. So I'm really excited, and I'm super happy that I'm part of this group, and I'm super excited to have really, befriended you guys. Like, you guys are great.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. All right, y'all tell them bye. Say bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.